Good morning, guys. It is Friday. It's Friday, which means it's December 7th, which means I need to move my little Santa guy here to the 7th. Okay. So, I gotta, we gotta find Elfie. Who should I take with me today? Let's see. Let's do Landon. Oh yeah, an update about the ever-changing color of Landon's lips. I don't think they've gotten any worse. They're still the same. They just have that blue-gray tinge to them, and so does parts of around his eye. But anyways, I did finally take pictures so I can compare pictures of when I first got him versus now. And I was gonna send them to his artist and talk to her about it and see if she had a suggestion on maybe like excuse me, seeing if maybe there's some sort of air dry paint that Marilyn could maybe use, because she has air dry paints, to fix it so that I wouldn't have to ship them off. Or if she, or, you know, if Susan would be willing to fix it herself for me. But basically, first off, I didn't really have the money to pay for shipping because we had Christmas and everything coming up. And then second of all, I didn't really want Landon to be away for Christmas because I wanted him to be in my group photo and I wanted to photograph him and like have him in some videos. So I'm just gonna wait until January. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I just woke up. Oh my goodness, I just woke up and my voice is like going. It's weird. I think it's just dryness. Yeah. Because we basically went with not having the humidifier on almost all day yesterday because it's a weird shaped humidifier and it basically needs 2 people to fill it. It's hard to explain, but so I had to wait for Alex to get home from work, so I think it's going to take a while to get back up to the humidity level we like. So I woke up like with my voice like this. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to wait until like January and then I'm going to contact her and see what we can do about this poor boy's lips. But let's go and look for Elfie today. I don't see her in the living room. I don't see her near the mini tree. She's not on the couches. She's not on the dishwasher. Hi, Riley. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my phone was my alarm clock this morning because my the secretary from the lung specialist called to set up my follow-up appointment with my lung specialist. So she is squeezing me in one of these days in July, but apparently my lung specialist is only at the hospital on Mondays. Yes, I know. On Mondays and Wednesdays. And I work Wednesdays, but they were wanting to book me for a Wednesday. So I asked if they had any Mondays. And they're like, no, we're booked up on the Mondays. We're actually just squeezing you in on the Wednesdays. So I was like, so that means I'm going to have to miss, probably going to have to miss a day of work because the appointment's at 12:15. And if they're squeezing me in, I may have to sit a while waiting before I can get my appointment. So that's frustrating. I'm gonna miss a day of work and essentially miss a day of pay. I am gonna have my vacation days reset as of beginning of January, which is why I'm taking January 2nd off, so that I can have a longer Christmas vacation this year, and just, you know, because Christmas is so crazy. But I need to save my other vacation days for our trip, because Alex and I are going to be doing a trip for our anniversary, excuse me, in the summer. And then, of course, I also need vacation time for when we go to the doll show out in London, the new one. So I can't use any, you know, because in the past, sometimes if I've had to call in sick or miss a day of work, I'll just use a vacation day for it. But I can't do that this time, so I'll be missing a day of pay for that. Lovely. Anywho, let's look around for, I don't want you guys, the mess on the island right now is ridiculous, which is why we're going to do this really quick. And we're going to get that baby packed up. So yeah, I don't know. We got to look in the hallway. Don't see any Elfie anywhere. Where could she be, Landon? By the manger? I know she's done that sometimes. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that, Landon! Oh wow, Elfie has made stilts with rolls of wrapping paper. She still has her hoodie. 2 rolls of wrapping paper in my boots. And look at comments just like, what is going on? Oh my gosh. Well, it is a sunny day out today. It looks like we got a little bit of snow overnight, just a dusting of it. So if I did go out, I could probably get away without using my boots, because Elfie here is taking over my boots. Lord have mercy. So yeah, I'm actually second guessing going out today like I had planned. I was gonna go out and pick up my pictures, but Alex informed me that today is going to be a wind chill of -16, which is super cold. Here, let's take Comet with us, and maybe you can hold him today, Landon. Right, Riley? Yeah. So it's gonna be super cold, and I don't know if I really want to go out in that. It's been kind of milder the last couple of days, so I don't know if I want to go out in -16 weather. I'm gonna just play it by ear and see if maybe it warms up a little bit later. Hopefully. So anyway, I'm gonna check it in a little while. Okay guys, so I'm gonna get this baby ready to go home to her new mommy. So I just thought I'd show you how I do this. I think I've done box packing videos in the past, but it was a while ago. So if you haven't seen them, here you go. So I get the U-line boxes, and I buy the 20 by 8 by 8. And so I've just gone ahead and taped up the bottom. But before I turn it over and start putting things in there, I'm going to come to sort of about, I guess, the center. And because I gotta remember, she's a smaller baby. She is a preemie. So I want to put 2 little holes. And you don't want to go right at the side. You want to go sort of like, I don't know, maybe like 1 inch in from the side. And just use a pair of scissors, whoops, to poke a hole in the box. This is what I do with all my babies. And even when I've gifted dolls, I do the same thing for packaging them. Now you need to make it big enough that you're going to be able to put ribbon through. And don't worry about the hole, you know, allowing wet to get in. we're going to tape up the hole after. So there's one. So then once you have one in, you try and go directly across, and you do the same thing on the other side. And this is where I'm going to put ribbon that will hold the baby in place in the box so that she doesn't bounce around everywhere. Now, I have this wonderful tool from Imaginis, Imaginisce, and this is a ribbon cutting machine so that the ends of your ribbon don't fray, because if you just cut ribbons with regular scissors, they're gonna fray, and that's a pet peeve of mine. I hate to see ribbons fraying. What you want to do to make sure you have enough is drape it across. Kind of see, you want it to be a little bit longer than the opening of the box, so that kind of looks about right. Then you do the same thing on the other side and just kind of eyeball that. And so I'm gonna say that I want to cut it right around where my thumb is here. So you turn on this thing and it heats up, and it really doesn't take long to heat up either. It's like within seconds it's ready to go. And it's smoking a little bit because I have a feeling there might have been an older piece of ribbon. Oh, you know what, guys? I've just realized this ribbon's basically at the end of the roll. So you know what? I'm just going to use the whole thing. But I'm still going to use my ribbon cutter just to get rid of this frayed end here. So I'm going to want to come and just cut off the end of that. So basically, you open this up. Hopefully you can see okay. And, or maybe I'll do it this way. And so you're just going to put it in the middle. Now it depends on how you want your ribbon to be cut. Like if you want it to be cut on an angle, there's these little triangles on here that you can kind of follow as a guideline. So like you would basically put your ribbon in diagonally, and then this, when the ribbon comes down on it, let's see, it's going to cut it kind of like that, so you have like kind of an angle. Anyways, I just want this one straight across. Now this side is already cut from a previous time, so it's really just this side I need to do so that it doesn't fray. But so the other side's straight, so I'm going to keep this straight, and I'm going to try to go in between two of the footprints so that I don't cut off one. You just bring it down. Whoops. Ah! It fell. Okay. You just bring it down in the middle. You press this button for a couple of seconds, and boom, your ribbon is cut. Yeah, I tried to go in between those toes, but it didn't work out so good. Now, this ribbon may be too long. Once I've tied it on the baby, I could go in with this just to trim off the ends so it looks a little neater. But basically now I am gonna, because this ribbon is thicker than the hole, I am just gonna fold the end in half to make it small enough to fit in there. I'm just gonna wiggle it so I know it's going through there. Then I'm gonna turn my box and I'm gonna reach into the box and pull it through so I know that it's in there. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And just wiggle that in there. Whoa. Okay, that was crazy. Joshua's head just moved. It just like, his head just kind of like looked down, like all by himself. And I don't think I knocked him or anything. Okay, that was a little creepy. Not gonna lie. If a doll moves all by itself suddenly, that's a little creepy. Okay, oh boy. Maybe I did like nudge him earlier and he was just kind of like teetering on the verge of like bending down. Okay, so now I'm gonna like pull them from the inside until they're through. Now, I also want to make sure that the ribbon is gonna lay flat on the back of the box, like this. Okay, now I flip my box, and what I want to do is I want to pull this one so that they're both even. So let's see here. I gotta pull it up a little bit more. Pull this side by a titch. Okay, I think that's as even as we can get because I'm still going to cut the ends anyway. So then I drape them over the edge outside the box. Okay guys, so now what I like to do before putting the baby in here, I like to take some bubble wrap to line the bottom of the box, and I do that so that just in case the box got wet or something, I didn't want any water to get right onto like tissue paper. So I put this bubble wrap in here so that, because it's plastic, it won't get things wet. Then I generally do go in, and for the most part I use white tissue paper because I'm always afraid of excuse me, of dye transfers. I mean, I'm sure pastel colors are safe, but in terms of anything around the doll, I tend to want to use white paper. She has her little hat on that protects her head. Now before I swaddle her, I am going to give her a bracelet. Usually I put the bracelets on the ankles, but since she's wearing a sleeper, I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I will put it on her wrist this time. It's got the little bears on it. I think I got these off of either McPherson's or Bountiful Baby. I just put her birthday and her weight. And I think I'm going to need to just trim the end of that because it's way too long for this little baby. So we'll just trim it out enough that you can still see the cute little bears there. So we'll do that. Hopefully, I guess I should have left it a little bit looser because I don't know if they'll be able to get it off now without cutting it. I did not think that one through. It's been a while since I've used these. Oh well. Just cut that there. Okay, so we're putting her in here in the little sleep sack. Yeah, I just had so many of these Swaddle Me's, and I was like, I just really needed to narrow it down. I like the owls on it and everything, but there were other swaddles that I had that I liked a bit better, so I sold a couple. I think I only kept maybe one or two. Okay, so I'm going to put her hand up, or you kind of like tuck your hands up, and you bring this, maybe I pulled it up too much because it's got to meet this Velcro thing here. Okay, so I got that, and then I would bring this one all the way over, and these two little Velcro tabs. That's the only thing about Velcro. And then it like catches on everything. And then you just bring it over like that. And then she's nice and swaddled. Really cozy. She's very light. I made her very light because it's a child-friendly doll. And so I didn't really use many glass beads. I used glass beads in her limbs. But in her head and her body, I just used poly pellets. So I didn't give her a ton of weight. She's only about 1 pound. but it's how I do my child-friendly reborns, because I don't want anything too heavy for them. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this way, like this, tuck it under, bring this piece up, and just tuck it, and then I bring this piece up, which now, I don't know, this little monkey that's on this blanket is not going to get shown. Oh well, she'll be towards the back. It's okay. So let's start this again. So I'm going to fold the tissue paper in half. Exactly in half. Okay? Then, whoops. Then I'm gonna, geez, that's even wider. Okay, well, so I'm just gonna fold one piece over a little bit. I just want it to sit on top of the bubble wrap because it looks a little nicer. Okay, now we're in business. Okay, little one. And yes, guys, I don't cover the baby's faces. Personally myself, it's not, I just prefer the face. The only thing I cover their face with is some bubble wrap and tissue paper, but I do not like putting a diaper on the head or anything like that because I'm always afraid it's going to mess up their eyelashes. So just know that if you ever in the future get a doll from me, just know that the face is only loosely covered by bubble wrap and tissue paper. So, yeah. Oops. Why is this bubble wrap not working properly? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, I kind of put the bubble wrap like this in and around her. I don't know if you guys can see in the box. Let me see. Okay, so here we go. So I just put that there, and then I'm going to put another piece of tissue paper over that. So yeah, we'll just do that. Protect your face. And then I'll do one more piece over the whole length of her body. This piece here. I'm not putting that on yet. I'm putting on, my goodness, my brain. Okay, I'm going to string this through right here. Just as a little decoration. And I'm going to make a bow. So now she won't get jostled around during shipping. I'm going to just trim this off. I don't know, it still seems like it wants to flip. I don't know. I'm just going to put it in. There's that. And I'm not going to worry too much if they're even because it's kind of hard when you're doing it this way. Just going to eyeball it. There we go. Now, like I said, now I can put this tissue paper, extra tissue paper on top, and now I can start putting the little gifts in. So I'm just going to set this tissue paper aside. I'm going to go grab the gifts and get those going. I'm sending her 4 preemie sized diapers. And I'm going to put those near her head just for extra protection. And then I have plain white long sleeve onesies, or a long sleeve onesie. And then I also have a plain white short sleeve onesie. So I'll put those along with I also have a turquoise side snap long sleeve shirt, diaper shirt. So I'm going to kind of put those little things together right there. So we'll wrap those, and I'll put those down by her feet. Now I also have, I'm so sad because this Gymboree outfit, when they had this monkey line, this belonged to me, and I've just decided to part with it. It's really hard for me to do it, but I just have way too many jackets and hoodies and things, and I still really love this design, but I think like I'm ready to move on from it. So the little jacket here is up to 5 pounds, and these pants are up to 5 pounds, which is preemie, which Gymboree no longer carries preemie size. So it's like a little set, but the problem is that I also have another set that is pants like this, as well as a white onesie that has the same monkeys on it from Gymboree, and that is a newborn size, but for some reason I thought it was preemie size, so I was going to put it on her, but it was way too big. So I'm like, well, at least I have these preemie pants, because I had these, I was using these for Zoe. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I really didn't have a lot of preemie stuff, like preemie girl stuff to send in this box. And so I kind of had to make the sacrifice to let go of some of mine, because, yeah, like even the sleeper was Zoe's, because like I really didn't have anything. All I had was this in my stash from Gymboree that's up to 5 pounds, and it's like a dark pink with like flowers and a butterfly embroidered on it, but I wanted to give it a little bit more, so I have to part with this. It's so cute, and it did look really cute on Zoe, but, and I don't know, I'm kind of sad to have to let it go, but I know I have to let it go because I have way too much stuff. And like I said, I barely had anything preemie, and Gymboree doesn't carry preemie anymore, and our Carter's here barely carries preemie. So it's hard to find preemie in the stores, so I couldn't really buy anything for this box opening. So, I mean, these are pretty much still in brand new condition. I think I only used them like once or twice, so, and it was just around the house here. So I guess what I'll do is I'll put the jacket and the pants, maybe I'll do the pants like this together, and then this onesie doesn't really go with it, but I can still kind of just put the onesie with that. Okay, so I have just a couple more things to put in. I have a little monkey washcloth. In this bag I have some clay pacifiers that were made by, I think it's Hoobie Babies. They make all these miniature things. I tried putting a magnet on them and it didn't work. It wouldn't sit right on the baby's face, so I included poster putty for those, but she does have a magnet, so I also gave her a honey bug magnet pacifier. So we'll just wrap those as well, and I'll just tuck those down at the side here so that they're secure. And then I have sealed this little bottle. It's a really nice preemie size bottle. It's only like 2 ounces. I was going to fill it with liquid, but I chose in the end not to. And I'm going to send an email to my customer to tell them why. And it's because I know that her daughter isn't going to be getting this doll for quite a few years. She's only a baby. I don't even think she's a year old yet. And I just didn't want the liquid going bad between now and then. So I'm going to email her instructions on how to fill it with fake formula at the time if she wants it. So I was going to put it in this little Ziploc bag, but it barely bits. Anyway, I'll just wrap it in tissue paper. Okay, it looks good. So now the final touch is the papers. Once again, I usually would put the baby's name on the envelope, but obviously they don't have a name yet. So I just put my business logo on there. It has the birth certificate, it has care instructions, and my business card. So I'm going to pop that on top. And then, oh, I usually put a thank you card. Okay, so I've got my thank you card written up. And so I let her know about the, has a picture of me and the babies on Canada Day, but this was before Joshua had joined the bunch, but I thought I need to use up these thank you cards. So I did write a little blurb in there about the bottle and how to fill it. So I'm just going to set that on top as well. And then we're going to top this off with another sheet of bubble wrap. And I also just realized that I didn't tape the ribbon at the bottom. I tend to do that every time. I forget. Sometimes I'll remember to do it before I start packing the box. And other times I don't think of it until afterwards. So I have to go back and tape that. But we'll do it once I get this top packed up and taped up. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to use the remaining tissue paper on top, like this. And then I'm also going to put one more sheet of bubble wrap, just to kind of make sure that everything is kept in place. So that looks good. So now, because she's tied in place, she can't move anywhere if the box flips. So then this is where I'm going to go in with my tape here, because I want to cover that ribbon, because you can't have the ribbon exposed in shipping. Plus it covers up the holes so that nothing gets in there. And it just, you know, because you don't want ribbon hanging out, it's going to catch on things. Post office isn't going to like you very much for that, so I just tape it in place, and it's good to go that way. And I think this tape gun roll is almost done, so I'm just going to use it up just to double, make sure everything is taped up real good here. Time for a shipping label, and that is that. Okay guys, I think I'm going to end today's video here, just because I know the box packing video took up quite a bit. So I hope you enjoyed seeing Elfie today on her stilts, and seeing how I pack up my babies for shipping. And yeah, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Click subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys!